Alrighty, so I had actually gone live on TikTok to showcase these, but I figured I'd take the clips and make a review, more or less, for YouTube. And before I get into anything, I want to thank Yolopark for sending me this Minions model kit and a Transformers model kit for me to review and showcase on TikTok and YouTube. They're very easy to work with. I've looked into their company for quite a while now. This was actually the first products from them I've ever looked at in person, but I have had a lot of their stuff in my Amazon cart, just never pulled the trigger. So they let me pick one minion and one transformer, so I can appreciate that they worked with me to basically let me pick what I want to actually review instead of just saying, here's what you're going to review. And I'm not the biggest Minions fan. I've seen the Minions movie and Despicable Me 1. I will most likely actually be catching up on it because I have all of them. So I'm going to run through those movies and kind of take a look at where we're at in the franchise, because with this one, and what made me interested to review this is that they have superpowers now, the main four minions. And so of the four, I figured Mel, which is this one right here with the Cyclops eye, looked the coolest in my opinion. So I asked for this one. Now, these are usually about $15, but if you go to my TikTok and go to my showcase, you can actually get it for $12 right now. And I got these from them through TikTok. There was no issues, no shipping issues. I think it took about a week to arrive. I had no problems whatsoever. So they are a trusted company. I can guarantee that, from buying from them through the TikTok shop, there's no need to worry. I know it's kind of a new concept for a lot of people, but I obviously appreciate, I think this would be great for, even if it is for adults, if you're an adult and you like Despicable Me, it'd be good for them, as you'll see. But for kids, anybody, it's such a good price that I feel like it's hard to pass up for. And you'll see here in a sec, all the stuff that you can do with it, which makes it more amplified than, it's like, not to rag on Funko Pops, but it's like, it's just this tiny, goofy looking thing that just stands there. It's like, no, you can actually articulate it and put it in poses, and it actually lights up, which I don't have the battery for it. But yes, this actually does light up as well. And so as you can see, it comes with instructions. I will say the instructions based off the step are a little odd. I put it together slightly different from the instructions, and it worked out fine. So my biggest thing is with this one, you should build the head first with the front face, and then it kind of just slides on to the rest of the body. To be fair, I was also trying to build this while streaming, and while holding it and building it, it was miserable. If you have everything on the desk or a flat surface and build it that way, it'll probably go a lot smoother. And as you can see, there's not really that many pieces, so realistically, I was just kind of struggling with the setup I had and trying to get it on camera while building it correctly. And after getting it together, there's just a couple pieces left. You'll notice that you can change the emotion, so the mouth is just a spinning piece that you can change, and I think I got 4 different smiles, and the arms are actually articulated in the sense that they are rubber, and I think there's a wire inside, and so you can basically have them put their arm positions however you'd like. And another thing I didn't notice, because I saw there's a zipper on the back, is that I guess they're wearing suits that are also yellow in this new movie. But you put the pants on, the legs, and you'll see basically there's a spring in there so that they almost bobble like a bobblehead. And it's got interchangeable hands, so that you basically get an open hand and a closed fist. So it helps with changing up the posture and stuff to kind of make it however you want. The laser eye, I do wish could lock when it's fully extended, as if you aim it too far up, it's going to retract. but it is a neat feature. Now, to put the battery in, you have to take off the top of the head, take off the laser, and unscrew the back plate to put a battery in. Now, I didn't necessarily care to do that, but just so you know, that is how you do that. And the feet, 360 rotation, you can bend the knees, and when you put it on the stand, like I said, for being $12, they give you so much to work with. The interchangeable gestures, the very nice articulation of the legs and arms, and giving you a base as well for it, Mel to stand on, and the extending and retractable laser eye, and the fact that it lights up. So they give you so much for such a good price that it's kind of hard, in my opinion, if you have kids or know somebody who likes the Minions and Despicable Me. It's like kind of hard to pass up. I mean, in today's economy, it's kind of nice that it's $12 for, I feel like you're getting a bang for your buck. And so I had rewatched the trailer, and I saw where the laser's coming out, and he's kind of holding the laser. It's actually on the cover, so I was trying to kind of mimic that by the end, and I'll put it on my shelf. It's just gonna have the funniest shelf presence because it's so nothing like what I usually have. But I thoroughly, I like 100 different fandoms, so it ain't nothing new. But yeah, that's about it for this. I honestly am pleasantly surprised. And I know people might think I'm just saying that because I got it for free, but A, I'm not the biggest Minions fan, and B, I wasn't anticipating for something to be so cheap but so well done and have so many effects. And so honestly, it makes me kind of glad to have partnered with Yolopark and for them to give me the ability to show these off, because it's actually proving a point that they give you so much for a good value. And it doesn't feel cheap. It doesn't take up too much space. It's actually a fairly large figure model kit, which I'll show in just a sec. I'll be comparing it to a couple of things I have in my game room. But I strongly recommend taking a look. And the next one will be the Transformers. So here I am comparing it to the NECA Ash Williams. As you can see, it's almost as big as it. Pretty wide. So like I said, it will have a noticeable shelf presence. And I just got to figure out, what kind of other figures and stuff I want it to be by. But I also think it's fair to compare it to, I have another model kit, the 100 Master Grade New Gundam. So as you can see, obviously, maybe half the size of the New Gundam. But, again, still noticeably big. This is not like a small thing where it's like, it's right there next to it. So, thoroughly enjoyed it. I will go find a time to watch Despicable Me 4. And apparently there's a second Minions movie I wasn't aware of, so I'll need to check that out as well. But, again, I appreciate everybody who watched. I appreciate Yolopark for giving me these to review. And until next time, that will be all. I'm out.